Hello, everybody. Finally got it together. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully, doing okay. I'm fat and happy, enjoying myself, trying to. Today's going to be a good one here. Uh, Everybody's looking forward for the changes of the House, Senate there for the Republicans, and we'll see what happens there. I wouldn't hold anything substantial saying that they're going to do anything for us. They never do. Don't forget, they had power on 2016 and 2018. They had the House, Senate, and the White House, and they didn't do a damn thing. And people warned them about it, and they didn't care. They didn't care about the American people. All they care about is their wallets. Believe me, both Democrats and Republicans are together. They rub shoulder to shoulder. They want that pork barrel. They want that extra money. The trillions of dollars that we give them, that they force us upon us. And they hide it underneath the table to their friends. This is all you're going to get. You're not going to get anything else. It's just whatever they decide to say in front of the American people is all lies. They're not telling you the whole truth. To tell you the whole truth in 2023, you can expect the CBDC coming up, Central Bank Digital Currency, where you go cashless, where you will not have the power to use your money that you work for. People are going to be laid off by the thousands. No jobs. And it's going to get even worse as people can't work. Our Democrats gave us, well, I shouldn't say a big surprise. I knew it was going to come up anyway, before they leave Congress in December and give the power to the Republicans in the House. But they did something. Now, don't forget, the House has the purse. They can spend money the way they want to. And they do it. They totally forget about the American people because they don't care about the American people. Why would they? They're not accountable for anything. They can do anything they want to. They're the worst criminals in the world, as our government is. And you've seen how many times that they have went to court and nothing's done about it when they do something wrong. And this is in your cities, counties, states, and government. They're all corrupt. Every one of them. It's all money. That's all it is. It's nothing else. They sound good on TV, but behind TV, that's it. You're done. And that's just the way it is. I have something here, a video I want everybody to see. And I want everybody to soak it in their heads because I'm telling you, ain't nothing going to happen next year. And I'm going to follow up on it as long as I can. Eventually, if I can, I'm going to Rumble. I understand I can play some good music. I can do what I want to say what I want to do. So I will be going to Rumble. I will be going to this channel here off and on. But if I can get into Rumble and learn how to do it, I'm going to be going to Rumble. Because I hear there's more freedom of expressions. So I want to be doing that. You're right, 12B. Let me put this up here. We have a Senate election. Could care less. I'll bet you 2-1 Warnock wins tomorrow. There's no doubt about it. There is so much corruption that's unreal. I don't know if you've seen what was going on with Elon Musk. Yeah, well, I'm having a hard time right now. I'm trying to figure out how to do it. I'll explain that to you one of these days in backstage. Been hell for me. Hold on here. Yep. Yeah, I'll be going on there. Trust me. I'll be able to play my music without, because I'm tired of this music. There's nothing out there. I can't find anything good. And if I do find something, it's a copyright. So, I mean, they give you very limitations of doing anything. Anyway, let's start this video up. Sit back and enjoy and watch it. And please retain what this lady says.
Republicans are going to take control of the House in, what, a month or so? It's obscene to think that Congress is planning to make major legislative changes before Pelosi has to give up the gavel. But as we warned you last week, Democrats are going to try to take advantage of the few weeks remaining to ram through as much sweeping change as possible. Now, in one of the most cynical, swampy manners possible, official Washington wants to sneak legislation through under the cover of the holiday rush and trumped up government shutdown fears. For weeks, the Pentagon has been sending not so subtle messages to Congress that failure to act on the National Defense Authorization Act and the omnibus spending bills puts us at a strategic disadvantage. If the current budget extension extends beyond December, we may be forced to reduce sessions, impairing our ability to meet our missions and our ability to recruit personnel. Well, that's scary. Well, I wonder, were there any policy decisions taken by the Pentagon and the Biden administration that could have led to a recruiting crisis in our military?
Secretary Austin's been very clear that he opposes the repeal of the vaccine mandate, and the president actually concurs with the Secretary of Defense. He continues to believe that all Americans, including those in the armed forces, should be vaccinated and boosted for COVID-19.
And boosted. And another excuse we've heard is that we need more spending to keep up with inflation. Well, I don't know how much time they need to spend on the irony behind that argument, but it seems like the pressure from the White House and the Pentagon is resonating with some Senate Republicans.
I just finished a meeting with the Republican leader about finding a constructive path forward to keep the government funded next fiscal year. We're going to continue negotiations until we get the job done. On funding the government, both sides recognize the importance, so now both sides must chart a path forward together.
Oh, chart a path forward. Now, that line may work in a Nicholas Sparks movie, but it's no way to run a government. The only ones who are optimistic here are the lobbyists and the consultants for big business. Voters may not have given Republicans a majority in the Senate, but they certainly didn't vote for stealth giveaways either. Now, this defense bill will, as usual, be so long and the text released so late that few members will actually read it, and even fewer tally up all the waste. But Breitbart uncovered something disturbing tucked inside it, something called the Journalism Competition and Preservation Act in the National Defense Authorization Act. Now, it will allow media companies, most owned by wealthy conglomerates, to form negotiating cartels to secure special favors from big tech companies, including some financial handouts. And it goes from bad to worse, by the way. The marijuana lobby, thank you, John Boehner, also gets a huge financial boost in the bill. No more government prohibitions on banking and doing business with banks with cannabis-related businesses.
I'm also a co-sponsor of the Safe Banking Act, which would allow financial institutions to offer banking services to legally operated cannabis business without fear of punishment by federal regulators.
Okay. Now, don't for a second think that they hadn't planned this all along. Now, staff on the Hill and at the White House undoubtedly have been working away on all of this nonsense for probably most of the last year. Take what happened last week when French President Emmanuel Macron visited the White House. Who in his right mind actually thinks that the Biden team didn't know what he was going to say in protest about the Made in America provisions in that so-called Inflation Reduction Act? Now, there were certain subsidies that were supposed to be eligible for American companies, or if you had signed a free trade deal with the United States, you'd get subsidies in those two cases. Now, the EU does not qualify. Obviously, it's not an American company, and they don't have a free trade deal with the United States. But the EU still wants the benefits. So when Macron comes over to complain that European exports would be hurt, Biden did not stand up for American workers or American manufacturing. He immediately gave in and agreed that there would be glitches in the bill that would be fixed. By the way, this is the bill that he and the Democrats had just campaigned on.
Make more cars and semiconductors in America. More infrastructure and innovation in America. I believe we can own the future of the automobile market. Detroit is back, America's back. Instead of relying on foreign supply chains, let's make it in America.
He didn't mean that at the time. So now instead of making America great again, we're making France great again. Meanwhile, back on the Hill, the usual suspects in the GOP are trying to pass legislation that you don't want, and again, they didn't campaign on. Fake Republican Senator Tom Tillis, who has always railed against limits on foreign workers, is working with Democrat Kyrsten Sinema to finalize a permanent giveaway to companies who want as much cheap labor as possible. Now, you're supposed to believe that Tillis, out of his deep patriotic concern for the nation, is working overtime to fix our current border woes. The Washington Post lays it on thick, saying, besides protecting 2 million dreamers, the Sinema and Tillis draft would allocate money for border security, the hiring of more officers, and pay raises for agents. Okay, this is a total lie. Biden's DHS could be doing the border enforcement right now. But of course they refuse to. And instead, they're waving in as many illegals into the country as possible. So negotiating with the White House on immigration now is like negotiating with a hostage taker.
Title 42 is lifted on May 23rd. What does success for your plan look like if it works as you intend?
Success looks like the orderly implementation of our plan, where we are applying our laws in accordance with their provisions in a way that respects individuals' rights to claim asylum.
Of course they're acting in bad faith. How else do you describe the actions of officials who actively subvert Title 42, which you may remember allowed for immediate border turnbacks because of the pandemic? Remember, Biden still says we're in a national emergency because of the pandemic. And how many times, by the way, have they all told us that the border is secure? That's the best joke ever. The reality is they want open borders. Period. End of story. The amnesty will come to 2 million dreamers, but that will just be a magnet and the enforcement never will follow. It will simply mean more illegals lining up along the Rio Grande. Now, just last month, more than 73,000 gotaways, those are illegals who were able to get into the United States without being apprehended, crossed the border. That is the highest number ever recorded. Yeah, definitely do a deal with those guys. So for about 17 years now, the bipartisan establishment has been trying to convince you that we need to weaken our immigration rules even further.
We cannot build a unified country by inciting people to anger or playing on anyone's fears or exploiting the issue of immigration for political gain.
It is long past time to reform an immigration system that right now doesn't serve America as well as it should.
The immigration reform is supported by everyone from labor unions to religious leaders to the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. Let's get it done once and for all.
Now, your humble host has fought against this for most of the last 20 years. I warned the Bush administration what would happen if they didn't follow through on enforcement. And look who's been forced out of politics since. The Bushes, Boehner, Cantor, Liz Cheney, Pat Toomey, and the list goes on and on and on. And this new proposal is no better than any of the others that crashed and burned. In fact, it's the worst because it comes at a time of unprecedented border crashing. And whether we're in a recession now or will be certainly soon, that's terrible. And by the way, real wages are already falling in the United States. It's terrible timing. Now, they know you would vote against it if you could, yet they simply don't care. This cabal that hates the populace and hated the Tea Party knows where these immigration efforts will always end up if they're introduced in the regular legislative session. This is the reason for their hidden ball trick on amnesty right now. They know none of it's popular, that if they had to openly run on it, it probably would have cost them the Senate, the Democrats. So the Democrats are hoping that by the time 2024 rolls around, you'll have forgotten what they did to ram through all this runaway spending, immigration amnesty, eviscerating Made in America, fast-tracking pot use, and insulating the woke Pentagon from scrutiny. But we will not forget, and that is the angle. Joining me now, I'm delighted he's with us, House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy. Leader McCarthy, great to see you tonight. Now, the issue with Washington in a lame duck session is what, in your estimation?
They try to do exactly what you said. When I listened to this sounded like what I was saying to the president during my meeting last week. The vice president actually brought up, she says, what can we do about the dreamers? I said nothing. You got to secure the border. I invited the president down to go to the border with me, and he made the mistake and asked me, what would I do? I rolled through everything because I was just there in El Paso. You bring that number up of 70,000 in one overpass. In 7 weeks, 70,000 people have come across one overpass. We don't control our border anymore. The cartels do. You can see tracers coming to our National Guard. You can see a lady who didn't pay.
They don't care, though. Let's just
They don't.
abuse everybody. They do not care about this.
No, but they're destroying our nation. Because what is happening down there, you already have 3 million across. If they lift Title 42, just in the next 2 years while he's in office, 13 million more people they project.
You won't be speaker for long if they do that. I'm sorry.
No,
but if
you
they
can't allow it.
I mean,
Well, I told the president, I was very clear from the very beginning. If he wants the NDAA, I told him, you got to lift the vaccine mandate on our military men and women. Why? They're not meeting the recruitment goals right now because of this. People are leaving.
Well, why should they be voting on any of this? Why shouldn't they do continuing resolution, short-term spending until you?
Well, that's different. That's appropriations. That's exactly what I said.
The NDAA is the extra money they want for the Pentagon.
I want
correct?
the Democrats to vote on this. I want this to go in law but this is what's going to happen when we're in power. Single subject. People aren't going to be able to throw in pot funding and the others. Right now, that's not in. We're trying to hold all that out in the process.
But are you talking to Mitch McConnell about this? Because I mean, he's so smart in so many ways. Did all the great judges. But this omnibus thing takes away your power for 10 months. You will have no effect on these critical issues. Zero.
We're 28 days away from Republicans having the gavel. We would be stronger in every negotiation. So any Republican that's out there trying to work with them is wrong.
So that includes Mitch McConnell? Does that include McConnell?
Yes. Why would you want to work on anything if we have the gavel inside Congress?
You just
we
won
have a
the
stronger.
House.
Yes. Wait till we're in charge. I told the president, if we don't have the lifting of the vaccine, I'll do it in January. I told the Secretary of Defense, he had him call me just Sunday night.
But do they kind of know people are moving away from the vaccine mandates? And is that kind of I know they said they don't, but because this all be posturing and we're all kind of playing kabuki theater here.
They're not. And we want to put it in law so they can go. Think about it. If we win it here, where we can push it everywhere else.
All right. Speaking of what that meeting with Biden was like, here's the story the president has been telling. They say, they were telling me that what we could do and what they were going to do. And I said, yeah, Biden recalled demonstrating that he responded to McCarthy by lifting up his pen and showing it to the room. They said, what are you doing? A pen, a veto, he said. Congressman, what's your side of that story?
He didn't say that. He lifted up his pen because I said he was playing politics. And he lifted up his pen and put it down and shut up. And then it came back to talk to me afterwards and say, I wasn't trying to be political, Kevin. I said, you know what you need to do? You need to go to the border with me. Because right now, the fentanyl that is killing our children, or the millions who are coming across, the people who are being human trafficked, I said, you don't understand what's happening.
Well, they do understand.
I requested we put the Navy SEALs in with the border agents. They have the border agents being process agents instead of being on the job.
The big question, I've been getting pinged by this all day, is this RNC leadership question, because a lot of Republicans are worried because they think, glad they won the House and a couple more seats look like they're picked up. We're going to talk to John Duarte in a minute. But who do you think now should take over as RNC chair? I like Ronna McDaniel a lot personally. I think she's a great person. I like her. Harmeet Dillon is a young female, California, obviously Indian American.
Look, I like Harmeet. She's my national commitment. I think she does a tremendous job. But I think Ronna did a tremendous job too. Look. When you look across the country,
you don't think
every Republican entity lost except the House. I've been leader for 4 years. We've won every single time.
What about early voting for those Senate races? She could have helped on that, right?
I've watched her down doing it. The one thing I see happening, the Senate lost, the governors lost, the president lost, but the House has won in both cycles. Even we picked up in California, we picked up in Oregon, we picked up in New York. We won 5 seats that Biden won by more than 10 points. We beat the DCCC chair. That hasn't happened in 42 years. I think the quality of the candidate matters. We could have done better in Pennsylvania with a better governor candidate there. It cost us thing. But look, I saw the resources there. I saw the engagement in there. And the RNC is a small group of individuals, of committeemen and committee women. I think
it should be decentralized. I mean, she threw out that idea on the show last week that it should be why based in Washington? Send it to the heartland, to the important states.
I think we should do that with everywhere. We should decentralize. We got to get out of Washington. I look at that from a government point of view. Why is the Department of Energy in Washington? What are they producing? Why is the Department of Energy there? Get it out to the American public. Let them understand.
Will we continue to make progress in California? California's just got to turn at some point.
We won in Congress every single cycle. We won in L.A. We won 3 seats that Biden has carried by more than 10 points. So you know what? We proved in the House we can win in every single place. The quality of the candidate matters, having the resources and having the right.
So your message again, Tom Tillis, McConnell, hold off.
29 days. Can't you wait? Because what will happen then is you'll get a Republican bill out of the House, you'll be in a stronger negotiation position, and we'll be cutting instead of adding more money.
It's great to see you. Thank you so much
Thank
for coming
you.
in tonight. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Leader McCarthy. And Republicans just picked up their 221st House seat, as I just mentioned, and one of the closest races in the country. My next guest, farmer and businessman John Duarte, defeated Newsom-backed Democrat Adam Gray. He won by just 565 votes, but we'll take it. John joins me now for his first interview since the big win. Congressman-elect, congrats. As someone who comes from a district that is hurting,
Well, Mr. 12B, how you doing, buddy?
All right, what up, bro?
What's going on? I see Guru's in here too.
Oh, shit.
He's coming back in 15 minutes. Right now, he's drinking his tea and he's meditating, he said.
He needs to meditate. I could probably use a little of that damn meditation myself. Yeah.
Oh, that's too much. Yeah, I thought I was just going to take it easy. My wife, we had to do some things today, and figured I'd take it easy today. And I happened to see something on TV and went, son of a gun. You know, it's always something. So I thought I'd just wake up some people out here as much as I could, tell them what's going on. Nothing's good. You're right. That Kevin McCarthy, he ain't worth a shit either.
Oh, he's like Paul Ryan. Blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. And then they do nothing. After 2 or 3 years, they're like, oh, we're getting it done next month. 3 years later, nothing.
Yeah. But yet, when they want to pass a law fast enough, they do it right off the bat, you know?
Oh, yeah, in the middle of the night when nobody's around.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they
Like
pass shit at, at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, they pass bills, man.
You know what they do too? They wait till the Republicans go on vacation and they still have a meeting and they just pass the laws, you know?
Yeah.
The old double standard bullshit. People better wake. And I'll tell you something. You know, the way things. 2023 is going to be hell. It's coming. I know it is. People just don't realize what's going to happen.
Yeah. I'm prepping for the worst and hoping for the best, so.
Yeah, same here. Same here. I'll tell you what. You got sons and everything else, right?
Yeah.
Tell them not. I hate to say it. Tell them not to go to war. It's just going to be weightless.
Yeah, no, they're not. They ain't going anywhere, yeah.
Good. I hate to say it. As a America's not America anymore, and I just denounce our government. You know, regardless of what's going to happen. If we win or lose the war, they're still going to do what they're going to do, and that's a one world order. You know.
Yeah, they're going to try anyways.
They're going to do it the way things are going right now. As soon as they implement that CBDC, people are going to bow down to government. You know. And I'm going to have to do it myself. But when it comes to that chip, they can kiss my ass. That's when I draw the line right there. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to be, how do I say it, the best citizen in the world when that happens, you know, with the CBDC. Trust me. Did you hear what happened? I don't know exactly what was that. Someone shot up a electric grid, blew that shit out of it.
Yeah, they shot up the insulators on the high tension lines. You know those big insulators that hold the wires, at the top? Yeah, they're made of porcelain or something, I think.
Yeah, so electricity has to get down to it. Yeah, yep.
Yeah, they have porcelain around the outside of them. They're big, long bolts, but they have that porcelain thing around. It's a big insulator. It's about 10 feet long. People with, rifles, scoped rifle, they shoot at those and they smash them.
Wow. Yeah, people are getting tired of their shit is what it is. The only problem is they're hurting the wrong people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they did that out in Boone, North Carolina. That's next to Georgia. That's out in the western part of the state, out in the mountains.
Wow.
Yeah, that's hillbilly country out there, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. I'll tell you
Hey,
something about the hillbillies, and this is the truth. The French came in to take over our land, and they went into West Virginia. They thought it was going to be easy as pie. Shit. Them hillbillies kicked their freaking ass.
yeah.
Seriously. Yeah, they did. They kicked her. They thought it was going to be an easy, you know. Them hillbillies knocked the shit out of them.
Oh yeah. Hey, when you're on the home turf, you have a big advantage.
Mm-hmm.
You know your way around. You know all the trails. Back then, it was just all trails in the woods, and they knew what was up.
Yeah, they sure did. They knew their shit, boy, them hillbillies.
Yeah.
One thing you
They,
don't do
hey,
is,
they still do. You don't screw around up in them counties up in North Carolina and Tennessee and Kentucky. You get in trouble out there, bro.
oh, if it wasn't because of Bullbilly, when we went to West Virginia to see his family, one
Yeah.
of his members died, and they didn't know who I was. And I said the wrong thing. I mentioned the guy's name, and they didn't know the dad's name. They knew him by the nickname. And Bullbilly had to come in and tell him, no, 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 no. He knows blah, 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 blah. You know, and, oh, okay. He says, he's a good friend of mine. Shit, them son of a bitch is going to kill me. They didn't know who the hell I was. You know, I'm like, fuck. And then he
Yeah.
told me aside, he said, man, he says, you said the wrong word. You know,
Oh
I said,
yeah.
oh, really?
Bro, I've been up there before. You got to be cool.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, even though I got a bad accent from up in the Northeast, as long as you're cool, they're cool with you. So you just got to watch what you say, like you said.
Yeah, well, no, they liked me at the end. They did. They were kept playing pranks on me all the time over there. Son of a, who's doing this shit? You know, and everybody's laughing their ass off. One guy come up to me, says, you know, called Raw Man, a good friend of mine down there. I know him. He used to come up here a lot. He says they didn't like you, they wouldn't be doing this to you. So apparently
Yeah.
they like you. I said, I'll be damned. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So that's just saying that they like you. You know, the pranks they pull on you. I said, son of a gun. You know, I
Yeah.
says they're good.
It's just like the military, you know. Hell, we used to give each other hell in there, dude. Some of the pranks we played on each other. God.
Like the impossible setup.
Oh, hey, I'll tell you what. You didn't want to be in somebody's room drinking and pass out, you know, because you were going to get tortured after you passed out, dude. You'd wake up, there'd be shit written all over you. Friggin' shaving cream in your hand. You didn't know what the hell.
Good friends.
Shaving cream in your
Yeah.
boots. Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you go to stick your boot on and it's full of shaving cream, boy, you'd be mad as hell.
Well, I'll tell you something. When I was in the service in Germany, I was on the first floor. We had two levels in our building. It
Yeah.
was sectioned off. We could have two people in each room. You know. Anyway, 6 o'clock in the afternoon, everybody come to my headquarters. You know, and we're smoking hash. I had a curtain between the two lockers, so when you walked in, it would open up. You know what I mean? So anyway, we're smoking away. I hear bang, 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 bang. So open the door, freaking lieutenant. And I'm saying, oh my God, I'm thinking in my head, what the fuck, man? I know you damn well he could smell a son of a bitch. So I'm telling everybody, a 10 hut? One guy says, ah, fuck you. I says, no. I says, there's a lieutenant here. A 10 hut? You know, the guy says, ah, fuck you. We're not falling for that, you know? Then
Yeah.
lieutenant says, yeah, I'm here. And everybody, whoop, whoop. You get everybody's feet standing up straight, you know? I'm thinking, oh, my ass is fucking grass. So he walks in. He's, I'm here to check your equipment. He says, the new equipment that we distributed to everybody. He says, how do you like it? I said, I love it. I said, I love the bunk, you know, the bed, you know, the new lockers. He said, well, can I see your locker? And I said, well, yeah. So open it up, and everything was in uniform, you know, just the way it's supposed to be. He said, very good. Very good. And he walks in the curtain. He's looking at everybody, smoke flying all over the place. I'm like, oh, man, we're fucking busted. We are fucking, and everybody's just sweating. No one's saying a word to allow me talking, you know. Like, thanks. Thanks, guys, you know.
Hey,
He
JH.
says, so, oh, somebody's here?
JH.
Oh, Jay, it's just having a cigarette. How you doing, JH? So he looks at me and he's looking around. He doesn't say nothing. Goes to the door, you know, to exit. He turns around. He says, "Have a party on me." And he left. Nothing happened.
Yeah. Now they
I
don't
couldn't
care.
believe it. I went, "Fuck."
Yeah.
How you doing, JH? Long time no see there.
Yeah.
If you want to come up, you're more than welcome. Anybody wants to come up, come on up. You're more than welcome.
Yeah, good to see you, JH.
But yeah, I thought, well, we were busted, but no, it didn't happen that way. That lieutenant was cool. He left
Yeah,
us alone.
yeah. All the lieutenants we had, basically, I mean, they were all right guys.
Thank God.
They'd act real dorky when they got around other officers, but if nobody was around, they were cool.
Yeah, that guy was decent. He was
Yeah.
decent. But when we opened those windows up fast, get all that smoke out of there. Wow.
Oh yeah, smoking that shit again, huh, bro?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, been down that
Yeah.
road a couple times.
Oh yeah. You go to the beer dispenser there, outside the hallway and just get your beers. And, yeah. We used to have some good parties there. Damn.
We're good, JH. Just chilling out.
Let's see what's going on. I can't see. I gotta open it up here. Hey, rights. How you doing there? You missed it. We're just talking about the government, what's going to happen to us next year. Nothing. It's going to be bad next year. Be expecting to, we got the Republicans coming in the House, but nothing's going to happen. Not really.
Yeah,
When they implement that CBDC, we're all screwed.
they're just gonna have a bunch more investigate. The Republicans are gonna investigate the Democrats. The Democrats investigate the I mean, it's just blah 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 blah.
It has nothing to do with the people, to help the people,
Oh,
They're
good
not,
God, dude! Yeah, just send some more billions.
yeah,
Yeah.
and millions and trillions and yeah.
Yeah, there's hungry people in Somalia we got to take care of. Send them
Yeah,
50 million. Yeah.
yeah, but the hell with us American people,
Good God, all they do is grift all the money, dude. When that money goes overseas, look out. You know?
Well, the countries was based on our economy, our money. Now it's getting so weak they don't want nothing to do with us. They're going to India, Russia, and China because our dollar's so weak.
Dude, it's just a big frigging grift. Everybody's grifting except for the taxpayer. The taxpayers are getting grifted.
Yeah, that's true.
Hell yeah.
Taking everything we got.
Ah, good God. I'm glad I don't put into payroll taxes anymore. Screw them, man.
Yeah, I don't care for them either. I don't. I got to pay one more tax that's coming up. I got to do, but that's it. I'm done with them. I'm going to be forced to do that. Son of, because I'm under contract. If I would have known that, I wouldn't have done it. But what I hate to say, and I'm going to say it, being a veteran, if we go to war, don't let your sons and daughters go to war because it's going to be a worthless cause.
Oh, yeah. You're going to go over there and be cannon fodder.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you hate to see your daughter or your son die for nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
While these elites sit on their ass and do nothing, laughing their ass off at us.
Oh, yeah. Flying all over the place, eating steaks and lobster every night. We know how it goes.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, oh, the hell with American people. I'll show something to JH if he wants to see it. The StreamYard does not work right. Not at all. I've been having some, well, I'll talk to Guru about that if he ever shows up here. If I have it here. No, I don't. Oh, yeah, I do. Here it is.
Yeah, it's a cold, rainy night here.
This is what you at least think about us.
Yeah, this is true.
Military men are just dumb, stupid animals to be used as pawns in foreign policies. Foreign wars is what they mean. Look at that fat son of a...
I can't believe he's still alive. Hell, he's about 100 years old now, I think.
Well, the rich get nothing but the best. Look how long our congressmen people live.
Somebody like him, he gets top-notch everything, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Always
Yeah.
has, yeah.
And we get shit on.
Yeah, he's been a big shot for years, in the political realm. He's been around for 50 or 60 years, that guy.
Yeah. Oh, did you hear about Christy Alley? She just died.
Who's that?
The actor, Christy Alley. She played in Cheers.
I mean, I'd recognize her if I saw her,
You got
I'm
your
not-
computer ready? Look under Christy Alley. You'll see who she is.
Oh, Christy Alley.
Yeah, she just died.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. No, I used to like her.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she died today. I think it was
Wow.
today or yesterday. Yeah. They just talked about it. So, Yep, another good actor died. So,
Yeah, a lot of people dying suddenly, huh?
hmm
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
amazing. But yeah, but
Yeah.
anyway, this government of ours, they don't care about you. If you can get off the grid, get out of government totally, do what the 1800 people used to do. It's hard work. Do a garden, build a home, get some land if you have one, and just stick by yourself and have
Yeah.
a gun ready just in case, something
Yeah.
happens like that Ridge. What was that? The guy and his wife got
Oh,
shot.
yeah, Ruby Ridge. They shot
Ruby
his
Ridge.
shot his wife right in the head.
Yeah, and a kid, and for no reason at all.
Yeah, I think the baby got shot too.
Yep, sure did. Yep, sure did.
Imagine that. Yeah, imagine that. That's freaking crazy. Hey, that was Bill Barr that did that. Remember Bill Barr?
Yeah,
Yeah, the Attorney
yeah,
General. He was in charge back then. Janet Reno and Bill Barr and Clinton and all them. Yeah.
yeah. They're all cahoots.
Yeah.
Oops, hold on here. She wrote something. See, that's the elites for you. Yeah, it is. It is. This is how much they care about the American people. It's all about their greed. They'll sound good on TV because they don't want to riot. That's why. Until they implement what they want to do, and that's total control of our lives.
Yeah, till they drift us to death.
Yeah, yeah. It's just getting stupider is what it is. But that's what people want. So I mean, what they did is they kept us busy working. Used to be one person could work, had money in the bank, car, insurance, life insurance, all that stuff. Now they got two people working, you can barely make it. But yet they allow these illegals to come in, get free phones, don't have to take the Kool-Aid, have the best of everything, games, best motels, hotels, 4 star, 5 stars. They can fly anywhere they want to without any ID. And what do we get?
That's amazing. After they're here for the illegals, after they're here for 2 years, they can apply for Social Security.
You're kidding me.
No. Yeah, they're getting a lot of them getting Social Security after a couple of years.
Jeez, oh man. What about our kids? Well, never mind. Okay, that's all right. Well, I have a feeling that what's his name, Warlock, he's gonna win.
Oh yeah, he's going to win, no doubt.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that's in the tank already.
yeah, yeah. I just got that feeling because what's going? Did you see the tweets with Elon Musk?
No, I don't pay attention to that stuff.
Oh my God, the 2020 and the 22 elections, it was totally farce. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
I can't say the.
yeah, it was
It.
controlled. Yeah,
Oh my God, I couldn't believe that.
yep.
That's a lot for Elon Musk to do right now. I mean, he's putting his head on the line. They
Yeah,
hate him so bad it's unreal.
yeah, he's putting his bacon in the pan, ain't he?
Yeah, he is, and it's frying
Yeah,
right now. He's telling the truth.
yeah, he better watch himself.
You know. Well,
Yeah, I'm sure a guy like him, he's got to have personal security and stuff. So he's probably got all top notch people working.
well, that guy Savage. I don't remember. Remember we talking about him? Guy in California, San Francisco.
Yeah, Michael Savage. Yeah, Dr. Savage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, no. This is just an average guy like me and you. Very highly educated. His name is just Savage, and he snuck in Elon Musk's grounds. He didn't go on the property, but he walked around it in the woods, and he tripped an alarm system. And he hid. He says, "I got to keep quiet." He says, "The security guards are coming because you see at nighttime the headlights are coming at him,
right.
and they're flashing flashlights all over the place. They didn't see him, and he waited for an hour. He says, "Now I can talk." And he was trying to show the estate of Elon Musk, but he almost got his ass handed to him
Oh yeah.
because he tripped something in the woods that sounded an alarm. You could see the cars coming up.
Hell, when we were kids, we had the cops hunting for us before. They'd try to cut us off. They'd surround the woods that we were in. All the streets that are around that area.
Hmm.
And then they'd come in the woods looking for us. We'd be hiding up in damn trees. We'd lay on the ground and put pine needles all over ourselves and camouflage ourselves.
Uh, It's good when you get over on the authorities. It is.
We had a blast doing, messing with the cops. We messed with them all the time.
That's the way to do it. It's just that's another deal too. These cop activists, they're going to be stopped doing this stuff too. They won't be
Yeah,
doing it
yeah.
because
The only thing that sucked if they caught you, they'd pepper spray you and beat you up.
see, they never used to do that to us. They just give us a warning in our time. Hell, I
Yeah,
had a case of beer they caught us on. They just drank the beer and just told us to stay there for an hour.
yeah. I've got sprayed and kicked around a little bit before, but I was asking for it, so it's all good, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's going to get worse now, so wow.
Oh, we got lots to look forward to in the new year, huh?
Oh my God, I'm not looking forward to it at all. I really am. I just, I'm going to have to. I love Savage. You know him. I'll be damned. Yeah. Is he still on? Because I haven't seen him in a while.
I'm not sure who you're talking about. I wish I knew who it
Oh,
was.
this guy was great. He happened to. I was in somebody's stream. I forgot who it was now. And he says, check my channel out. Writing to me. And I checked his channel. I went, wow. Me and him became friends. He was an activist, showing the illegals how they live and everything else underneath the bridges and everything else and signs at nighttime. And he got stabbed by an illegal.
Right.
And thank God there was some work people that working out there, and they called the cops and they got him. Is that right? That's how you found me.
Yeah.
That's how I found you. And this guy was just fabulous, man. I mean, I felt sorry for the guy. He's very, very highly educated. He did premiere the other. Did he really?
What's his name, JH?
Uh,
I'll look up his channel.
Let's see if I can find it. This guy's good. Just say Rights for Vets is on again. Once I got kicked out, I couldn't get back to him. And let's see if I can get a hold of him. Thank you for telling me that, JH. I appreciate that. Anyway, this kid is like a freaking deer. He jumps over wooden fences. I mean, high fences, above his head. This guy's amazing. Walks on top of buildings, jumps on trees off of buildings. It's just amazing what this guy can do. Yes, I was in the stream the night he got stabbed.
Okay.
I heard about him
I think I've seen his channel.
Oh, he's good. I'll see if I can find it. I hope he's out there.
I'm going to look it up.
Hold on there. This guy is, I got to get back to him. I didn't know he's out there now. That's good. Is it still the same name? JH Savage? Savage Audit. Thank you. Savage Audit.
Yeah. Yep. I got his channel right here.
Do you? I got to get on there. This guy is a musician. He actually shows people how to. I'll be damned. He's on 5,000. Bless his heart. He's got 5,000. Oh yeah, I got to write to him.
Yeah, I just subscribed his channel.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm going to do it myself.
Check him out.
Thank you, JH. I appreciate that. God, thank you so much.
Okay, JH, you got it.
Yep, we got it. Yep, we sure do. I'm going to write to him. Link. Yeah. Oh yeah, we did. He's doing good. He's got 5,000. Yeah, this guy is good. I'm telling you, he's good. When I first seen him, I'm thinking, he walked down, this is no lie, in the middle of the daytime in San Francisco. He's walking down the sidewalk. People are eating, outside. And he's screaming, white lives do matter. White lives do matter. I'm like, wow, this guy's got balls on him, right? So I'm thinking, and they're not saying nothing. They're all looking at him, And he's screaming it out loud, white life. The guy's black. Savage is black. Yeah. And he's the most honest person in the world. I could. It took 5 videos, and he showed himself. I went, what the hell? And I was like, this guy is great, And then he finally said, all lives matter. And I went, wow, this guy is fabulous. Very good. You couldn't, he puts me to shame. But he did get stabbed, and it was a damn shame what happened. Lucky he lived.
So did you guys have a good weekend?
busy yesterday. You're
Yeah,
the DJs. I couldn't see you when I'm on my cell phone. I can't see you.
right.
You're
Yeah.
right.
No, I was over on DJ for about an hour, and then I dipped out because we had family over and all that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I looked under how rabbits multiply, and I had your face on there. It says you're teaching rabbits how to do it. Yeah, and you
Yeah.
come from a big family, eh?
Yeah. Well, my wife's family, you know, they all stick together. They're immigrants. She's from the Caribbean.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, they do. They do.
Yes, there's an immigrant family, so they all stick together. When one of them has a party, they invite 25 of them.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, and they all bring food over, dude. I'm like, hell yeah, bring the food over. I'm like, never show up empty-handed. They just look at me like friggin' gringo.
Yeah. Uh, my son-in-law, he's got 10 brothers, one sister. They got 48 kids altogether, grandkids, and their kids. And I'm like,
Oh yeah.
damn, 40. It's like a freaking. I don't even know half of them.
Oh, dude, it's like a friggin' baby factory around here. There's women bringing babies over here all the time. I'm like, oh, had another one, huh?
Yeah. Wow. I give these ladies credit having a baby. I could never go through what they did. Never. It's just wow.
Good God.
I give them credit. I just wow. Yeah. Phew. You don't know that stuff until you get married.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unreal. Well,
Yeah, I don't give my old lady much shit. I joke around with her once in a while, but I let her take.
she's
She takes care of business.
she's laughing.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. She knows what I'm talking about. Yeah. I
Yeah,
no,
I'll
I
be
do.
right back, bro.
Huh?
I'll be right back.
Okay. I'll talk
Yeah.
to myself. So how you doing, Rights? I'm doing okay. So what's the latest today? Nothing. How's the weather? Doing okay. What the?
Dude,
There's one thing about.
I got a
Okay, I understand. Go ahead. There's one thing about my show, and I'll tell everybody. I don't expect a lot of people to watch me, for the simple fact that I am kind of blunt, and I realize that. I don't hold my tongue, but I'm not out here just to get subscribers. I'm out here for listeners. I'm trying to help American people to get ready what's coming up. I don't want them to be in the same situation I was. I depended on government so I could help my wife out because she had cancer and the government failed me. And I have all this knowledge in my head in heating, cooling, electrical, and everything, and I can't even use it because I'm handicapped. And the government failed me. And I'm sick of the government. And now I can see what they're doing. Um, I come out with an honorable everything, college, everything. And it's just going to be the obvious that these young kids coming up, they ain't going to have nothing, nothing at all. And they already said that. You're going to own nothing and be happy. Well, how can you be happy when you don't own anything? You're going to have to rent your appliances. And a lot of your appliances right now got that smart, what do they call that? Smart tech about it. They can hear you talking.
Yeah,
It's on Wi-Fi.
I got a gift in the mail today.
Buddy, what?
My little buddy heater. It's one of those little propane heaters. You run propane in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, Merry Christmas to you too. Can I have the box so I can at least light that and get some meat in there? You're such a nice person. That was a fast smoke.
Yeah, I just take a couple puffs and put it out.
Oh, okay. But yeah, it's just
Oh, hey,
was
I was on
what?
Tony's stream Saturday night, Sunday morning, and I was on there for about 3 hours. I didn't see Michelle at all.
I wonder what happened to her.
Yeah, I was looking for her if she was in chat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
nothing.
even went over to somebody else's channel because they shut down Tony's stream and they went to another stream, and I followed them over there, and I still didn't see Michelle at all.
Damn.
That was like a total of 4 or 5 hours that I was on a live stream, you know, and I didn't see Michelle.
Yeah, she'd be out there. She's gonna be. I wonder what's going on. I hope she's okay.
Yeah. Hey, people take time off from YouTube. I totally understand, you know.
Yeah. I just well, you worry about the person, you know. You do.
Yeah.
Just wonder what's going on.
She's pretty scrappy. Who knows? Maybe she just moved or something, got that house she was talking about.
I hope she did. I hope she
Yeah.
does. Yeah. She's very knowledgeable. Very knowledgeable. She knew her shit with the she had all kinds of paperwork on people.
Yeah, she knew about the damn VA, that's for sure.
Yeah, they showed that VA in the. Oh no. Oh no. Okay,
Yeah.
we everybody, we got to take off now. Thank you very much. We'll see you.
All right. Good to see y'all.
Yeah,
Scatter
bye.
them cockroaches. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh,
How you doing? Good?
Oh, you've been
Evening,
taking
folks.
time off too, JH? Yeah.
Yeah, I hope she's okay. Yeah.
What's up, Nude?
Did you hear what?
The opposite of down.
Did you hear what 12B said about Michelle?
No, I had my headset off making the tea, and so I'm just back now. Fill me in.
Go on, 12B.
Oh, just I was on a couple of live streams the other night that Michelle would go on, you know, and I didn't see any signs of her anyways.
Oh yeah.
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 I don't know what's going on.
My hunch is this what I was saying the other day. Either she's just getting her stuff together with her properties, busy with that, or maybe just I have seen her take a break from ScrewTube for a little bit before, so it could be that. Although it's been quite some time this time.
She might be in Atlanta federal prison too, for all we know.
Well, yeah, I mean, just on a positive note, she could be, fill in the blank. So
Nothing like a little stint in county jail to clean your act up.
right, maybe she signed up for the military.
Oh, dude, I've grown up with guys. They were in and out of county jail every 2 or 3 years. You know, they get busted for this, busted for that. 3 months, 6 months, 2 months, 30 days.
Never know. Maybe she was drafted.
Good God, dude.
I heard China was looking. Paying a good price.
She'd shoot him. She would too. She wouldn't have no role.
Yeah, she's pretty angry now, so that wouldn't work out too well.
No. She. The only time she'd go over there to put a bomb in someplace, in China.
Right. Freddie and I were just looking at some different stuff for our move that we're thinking. Our goal is to go back into nomadic life between maybe around March and May this year to give ourselves a head start during the warmer months. So that's our goal. And we were looking at just different options if we had to even jump into a temporary pad before we do that transitioning or whatnot. And we just looked at the prices around here. And so I live in a long-term hotel situation and have for a few years here now. And when Ferdy and I jumped into this particular one, at the time, the average bachelor rental or one-bedroom rental condo around here was between $1,200 and $1,500, mostly in utilities included. Sometimes you had to pay for your internet. Yeah. This was only like 2.5 years ago. Now you'd be hard pressed to find anything under $2,500.
Yeah, I believe it.
God.
That's what we were just seeing a few minutes ago. And when I moved in here, this is even though it's a long-term sort of condo stay situation, I'm still kind of paying hotel rates. It's $1,000 a week here, and I'll be damned if by the time we leave, that's going to seem like an average price around here. That's crazy. That was a ridiculous price, of course, when we moved in. I only took it because I had to find a safety place still on the mend from the carbon monoxide thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason why we're in here. It's because it's a little shelter box. Otherwise, I would never pay a premium like this for something like that. We would have been. We actually wanted to be nomadic within a year after she got here, but that whole thing happened, and so that sort of made our plans go sideways. But now I'm okay again, and so we want to get back to doing that, and so we're coming off of it. But yeah, that's how fast things can change with the agenda that's going on. $1,000 to $1,200 increase in rent prices per month just in about 2.5 years.
And they don't care. They don't give a shit. You don't want to, you know,
Oh,
if you
no.
can't afford it, then you go out on the streets. You know.
Oh yeah, well there's no shortage of renters.
Oh, you're kidding me. How are they
Not at all.
affording this? How are they affording this?
Immigrants. They come here and their parents are getting well, they're well to do from the sweatshops over in Asia and shit, right? That's the first thing. The second thing is they sell drugs, family-owned drug businesses here, and then they own the storefronts. That's just a cover front, so then they don't have to pay taxes on the millions they make selling fentanyl and all that shit. And then the third is they also get government sponsors, all this money from the government to run these sort of Ponzi scheme operations where they stick 12 in a family here. It's been going on for decades in one massive house. And all the 12, they work together to pay off the house, and then the person who was there first keeps the house, and then 11 move on to another house. Somebody new comes in underneath, and then the cycle starts all over again until all of them have their own houses, you know. And that's government-sponsored program here. You have to be an immigrant to get into that shit.
It's the same way here in America, dude. The immigrants get specialized stuff like you're talking about here, tax breaks and all that.
You know what though? It's the government's. I mean, it's the people's fault for allowing this to happen.
Right.
Hey, the people from India, they get a 7-year tax break, no federal taxes for 7 years.
Right. And so, you know, I have no complaints about it because it's only the stupid who are living in the corporate world that are having a problem with it, and we shouldn't be doing that, right? So, like you just said, it's our fault when we're in that predicament. There's lots of room elsewhere to do what we need to do. I found that out by just doing that. But for those who are stuck in that bobby trap, you know, it's a rock and a hard place. And it ain't going to get any better. We know that. So I'm just reporting on my latest findings that normally I wouldn't have a reason to even research this stuff, but there's your actual synopsis of the thing, and you know, this is just the tip of the iceberg for hyperinflation. I think one more year, maybe 2, you'll start to see signs of Venezuela happening in North America for sure.
You see what happened in Peru? Holy hell!
Enlighten me. No, I didn't. Some
Peru's
recent.
having a fit right now. Yeah, they're going after Peru because of the gas shortage.
Who is? Oh,
the government. Yeah, they were. Hold on here. Let me see if I can. You guys can talk. I'll see if I can find that for a minute, and I'll just give you a little clip of it. Yeah, that's. Yeah, I thought you heard about that. They're going after everybody right now.
He wants us to keep talking. We charge by the word.
Yeah, I'm just
I
reading.
think I'm in trouble.
I'm reading something on Telegram real quick. Are you on Telegram, Guru?
At the moment, no, but I should begin very soon.
Yeah, Telegram's pretty awesome, man. It's a good way to send messages and stuff.
Yeah, it's decent. Are you getting the quote of the days?
Yeah, I'm still getting them.
Okay, well, when I'm on Telegram, the thing for that will be at the bottom there, so that'll probably be in a week or 2. Actually, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try and get on WhatsApp. I'm trying to get a anonymous SIM card so that I can get around that stupid QR code bullshit.
Right.
Hopefully we got that sorted soon. Then I can get that.
Cool.
Yeah, Telegram has some pretty good groups going on. Some movers, you know, people who are outside the box thinkers.
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
get a majority of my straight information from Telegram.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, I got so much stuff here, I can't find anything anymore. Jeez, oh man. You know what? Just the heck with it. Wow.
Well, it's probably something I can look up. What was it? Just give me the summary.
Well, just put down Peru, chaos in Peru.
Gas in Peru.
Yeah, the chaos, and yeah, it should show you something.
Oh, chaos in Peru. Okay.
Yeah, chaos in Peru. Yeah, it's I can't put it up because, well, if you put it up, I'm going to be in trouble because it'll be, unless you get a news group, a news saying something, then I'm okay. But yeah, it's just what they're doing in Peru is unreal. And Frosty said this is going to happen if something would stop their gas. You all have a great night. Have a good night to you, JH556. If you see Savage, tell him to get a hold of him.
So there's a gas shortage in Peru.
Yeah, they're really cracking down. Yeah, JH556, if you happen to see him, just tell him that I had some problems with, I was shut down.
In a country like that, though, when you're living there, you don't really need much electricity for anything.
Thank you, JH55. Well, what it is they have motorcycle bodies with truck devices, boxes to move their shipment.
Yeah, what the hell are they doing? They could switch that out for electric in a heartbeat.
It's just they can't afford it. That's the problem. They're so poor, it's unreal.
Well,
thank you, JH5556. Appreciate it.
When there's no gas, they have no choice but to afford it. I would reckon they can't afford not to.
No, they can't afford
JH.
When they hit 35, if they go to college to learn to trade, now this is weird when I'll tell you this, but when they hit 35, they have to retire. Now you can figure that one out.
Yeah, there's some weird countries like that that I've seen. That's for sure. Yeah.
Well, then they have to rely on their. Oh, she just said something here. Good night, Al. Thank you very much, H556. I appreciate that.
Fathom that, eh? You get to mid-age and you're not allowed to work anymore.
Yeah. Frosty told me about that. He went over there for 2 months, to Peru, But he says the food is abundant over there. You go in the woods and just get anything you want to get.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like the requirements for any sort of dependency energy and stuff is already just minimal. That's why those are the types of areas we should be living in.
Hold on here for a minute. 12B, you're causing shit now. I see that.
He's doxing me.
Yeah, he is a Fetterman. Yeah. Go on. I'm sorry. Talking on 12B. Can't trust him. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a place like that, anywhere in the central sort of subtropic region, you don't need much energy. You don't need much of anything, really. You got it all right there, just already set up.
Well, that's the problem. They don't have it set up yet over there. I mean, they have something, but the only place that they have money is at, what do they call it? I forgot the name of the damn city. Lima?
Well, I'm talking as far as like resource-wise for like, food is just already growing all over the place, that type of thing. You don't need to worry too much about heat or cooling if you're in the right spots,
No, they don't. No, not the way Frosty was saying.
Right. So, I mean, really, you just need kind of an overhang shelter for sleeping purposes. What else do you need? Right? Everything else is just for what? When you get further away from that sort of moderate climate, then you need other things shelter-wise. You need to protect yourself from the elements, which is, again, your number one clue why we shouldn't really be living there, because we're just creating hardship for ourselves, But so they don't really need all that much. They have already the natural things provided to us, and if for some extras, do some extra things or whatever, and grab some solar panels.
Well, what's going to happen, Guru? Really, seriously, They don't want just taking away your energy. They want to take everything away from you, your land, your food. They want total control of you. And this is what they're trying to do right now. This is what
That's
I
what weapons
understand.
are for,
Well, yeah,
right? That's
exactly. But like, what you call it? Australia, they gave their guns away in 1998. The UK, same thing.
only weak minds let their oppressor tell them what to do,
Mm.
right?
Oh, I understand that. I do. But it takes, if you fight one cop, you got two cops. You beat two cops, you got three cops. This is what we need in the United States. We need millions of people backing us up and to back them up.
I reckon no. You don't need millions. You need to be situated with allies in certain circumstances for when the inevitable happens, and not be afraid to peg off the situation before it gets out of hand.
It's just,
Right?
uh, if you, you're, I mean, you got no choice other than to get off the grid. But I mean, I'm telling you, they're still going to come after you with everything they have. They don't want you to live free. They don't want you to live with good food.
Right. Because they want you to do their laundry for them.
Exactly. Exactly.
But again, that's what weapons are for. If they're going to try and force you to do your laundry, do their laundry, they're trying to force you to do their laundry for them.
Yeah.
Then I'm not washing somebody's stinky underwear. If I am, I'm gonna benefit somehow greatly. There
Put,
needs to be some reason why I would do that, right? What do I get in return?
put holes in his underwear.
Right? I'm gonna show
Yeah.
people what gasoline can really be used for.
Well, they just shot a electric grid installation. Don't know about that one, 12B. You know about that more than I do.
No, I don't. Don't try to peg that shit on me, bro. I don't know nothing about what you're talking about.
Well, I don't mean you did it. I'm just saying you know about it.
Oh yeah, I've heard about it. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't mean you did it. No.
yeah, I've heard people. They shoot those big insulators on the high tension lines. On the top of them, they got those big insulators. I hear they use those for target practice, and then it makes the power go off.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I guess there's like 37,000 people without power.
Yeah, and that was up in the hillbilly country too, so they're probably having a tough time getting things going again.
If people are too stupid to learn their lesson and not put all their eggs in one basket, I don't have any sympathy for them. I'll still help them though. People want to learn about solutions, because the answers are there. They always have been. There really is no problem. The problem is superficial. It's totally superficial. Money is superficial. It's an artificial thing created by certain men to manipulate and control other people who are dumb enough not to look for solutions elsewhere and just have that for their only means of survival. The rest of nature does just fine without it. And when my friends come over, I show them what free means. I don't charge them when I cook them dinner. I don't cook anymore, but just as an example, right? I mean, I don't charge my guests when they flush the toilet. We do free stuff all the time with each other. It's just a matter of not being afraid to do everything that way.
You won't want to come to my house. You had to put a quarter in to flush my toilet.
Say that again.
I says you don't want to come to my house. You got to put a quarter to flush my toilet.
In your house, I need a quarter to get myself out of the toilet.
Oh God!
What are you doing to me? Now you got Booty Jet on there?
No, that's Beto.
Was that Beto? Oh, excuse me.
That's Beto.
Damn, you're trying to make me sick. First the federal, now oh man.
I'll put Raphael Warnock since he's going to be the next senator in D.C.
Yeah, they had a big thing with Elon Musk, and Elon Musk is tearing their asses up right now, telling people what's going on. That the elections were totally wasn't right, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's doing a
Rigged.
job, everybody. Yeah. Well, yeah. That sounds better. Yeah. Just gotta watch myself with you know who. But anyway, yeah. But nothing's going to happen with this. I mean, they're talking about. I just put it up there about they're gonna the Republicans are going to help out next year, and they ain't going to do shit.
Hell yeah. They're going to talk a lot. You know the deal.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what they do, no matter what, even if they eased up on things, which is not going to happen, but because we know what's happening. But let's just say they would. It doesn't matter. That wouldn't actually be a positive thing in my eyes, because again, the problem is the advocation and use of and the dependency on a corruption-based system from the get-go. So I don't care how much they did to like ease things or use money this way or whatnot. The use of this whole thing and advocation of and participation of is what's just got to stop. It's not a structure that is healthy. It's a toxic structure. The design of it is toxic because it's a competitive structure that's designed to ensure that people eat each other, and not cooperate.
Hey, you have to admit though, when you're kind of aware of what's going on these days, it's all good for a laugh,
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't like to be entertained, but it sure as hell is pretty amusing.
Oh, good God. I mean, just from day to day, unreal.
People who complain about their oppressors oppressing them, but then go right up and not only vote for them, but beg for it and crawl right back in their arms begging for more. To me, that's pretty amusing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Hey, if you want to know what things are all about in the United States, just look at we just elected Fetterman to the Senate.
I don't even know who that is.
That guy, he got a stroke and his whole
he can't even talk. He's worse than the guy that's in the White House right now.
Well, is there many people left that aren't in that condition?
Dude, unbelievable.
That's pretty slim pickings for anybody,
It's no wonder these people have a lot of security around them. You know what I'm saying?
Well, his wife actually runs them. You know what I mean? She says everything. He don't say very much. His wife says it all.
Yeah,
like Jill does for Biden.
Yeah, he's just like a mannequin, just push him around, tell him which way to go.
Yeah. Over here, there.
Yeah.
When 90% of your society population is ruined from fentanyl, it's not going to help much because the 2% that aren't interested in being rulers anyways.
Oh, that's just rough, dude. I tell my boys, I've got my nephew and my son here, and I tell them, you better not take any friggin' drugs from anyone. Mm-mm. Nobody. Not weed, nothing. Don't take nothing.
Nope.
Better not eat corporate food then. That's the worst.
Oh, hey, they're putting these idiots are putting fentanyl and marijuana now and everything, dude. So
yeah,
you got to watch your ass out there.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
If you are ingesting anything from another source that you didn't have your hand and eyes in the whole way through, you're playing Russian roulette. That's not a wise game to play.
Yeah, I mean, it only takes like a couple of grains of that shit to overdose. I mean,
right?
Yeah.
Right. It doesn't take much, and even if that's the kind of worst case scenario type thing. But look at all the other possibilities between best case scenario and worst case, and if you're doing that constantly, you're going to be a statistic one way or another.
Yeah.
Right.
They've had cops before. They just inhaled a little of the dust from the fentanyl, and they passed out. Man, they had to give them a Narcan to get them back to life.
Right.
Yeah.
They found coconuts filled with.
I saw that. Yeah.
The fentanyl. Yeah, to kill 5 million people. 5 million.
Yeah.
Jeez, oh man! And the officers cracking them open, showing them.
Yeah. Well, hey, all they have to do is take care of America's water supplies. You know what I'm saying? And they could really do some damage, man.
Oh yeah, yeah. The government just sits there and does nothing. Oh, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. You ain't doing shit but lying to us.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the movie They Lived? Right.
Yeah.
With the glasses. Yeah, with the glasses.
Yeah. Did you watch that one?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I sure have. I've seen it twice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty
Okay, well,
awesome.
let me tell you something. Put the alien part aside, right? The rest of the narrative of that is not a sci-fi; it's a documentary.
Yeah, I believe it.
Wow.
I watched that when I was
Wow.
13, and when I watched that, I'll never forget. You know, I was in the basement, my little quarters of the house, and I watched that, and I was thinking to myself, there was just something about that movie that was like didn't trigger awake me or anything, but it was just there was something that connected with and resonated with me. And I remember after it was over, I shut off the TV and was starting to go up the stairs, thinking to myself, you know what? I bet that's exactly what's going on, and I bet that's exactly what I'm going to discover when I figure this whole thing out. And I'll be damned. That's exactly what's going on, you know? It took me till my early 20s to put the rest of the pieces together, but that movie definitely is a documentary. One
You
of
wanted
several others as well that say it pretty well.
Soylent Green? You ever see that picture? That's what woke me up.
I'm bad with titles sometimes. I'm not sure if I've seen it.
With Charlton Heston, Edgar G. Robinson. Oh, what a
I'm
picture.
not sure. I'll have a look.
You want to
I'll
see
have
a
a look.
picture? You watch that one. I'm seriously.
Soylent Green. I've
Soylent.
definitely the title rings a bell. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, that's quite. And I told my kids about it, and they laughed at me. And I actually told them to sit down and watch it. And they walked out the door and said, "You're freaking nuts." Now they're not saying that.
Oh, it's from 1973.
Yep, yep.
Holy crap. Okay, well,
Watch
I've
it.
got a trailer thing. I've got it on my checkout list.
If you watch the whole picture, please do. What a
What,
picture.
Soylent Green?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. Everything you said is in this picture.
Oh,
Everything.
it's coming. It's going to happen here.
Oh yeah, yeah. Everything that Guru said. Wait till he sees this. He's gonna love this picture.
Yeah, they want to get rid of carbon. Guess what we're made of?
There's another set of movies that I would recommend watching too. I'm not a movie buff because of the reason why I know what they're doing with them and stuff, hypnosis and all that. So it's got to be something kind of extra special reason why I'll pay attention to it. The Matrix, of course, watched that about 100 times.
Yes, seen that. Yeah, many times.
Another one that's kind of along those lines is series The Hunger Games.
I've seen that.
You seen that?
Oh
Okay, so
yeah, many times. Yep.
that one is actually a good showcase of probably us 10 years.
Wow. Using people, eh?
Yeah, well, I mean, if you look through the lines, maybe now that you're a little more awake, right, so it'd be worth watching that again, just to kind of see between the lines again,
Which one?
how everything's are called, the first one in particular.
First one. Okay.
Yeah, the rest of them are kind of, they're interesting and whatnot, but same with the Matrix, the first one of both of them is really the biggest sort of tell-all.
Do you know when I seen the Matrix, I couldn't understand what was going on. I had to go back again to that movie to understand what was going on, and it dawned on me what they were doing. I'm like, holy shit! It was right there in front of me the first time, but I couldn't grasp what the heck they're talking about.
Right.
And it dawned on me the second time. I went, wow.
Well, that's often how it is because, take a paragraph and read it on 10 different occasions, and each time it'll be something different. And that's because whatever you're sort of focusing on internally, you're going to get as a reflection. And also your level of awareness and ability to see things from experience, it changes, right?
Yeah, it sure did. Sure did. So I watched it 3 more times after that, and I still, it was the same thing for me. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I know that was. I was dumbfounded when I see it the second time. I said, holy sh! You're kidding me.
The Hunger Games is really good, showcasing like sort of how things are set to be in districts and segregated, and how certain districts will be, the new chapter of One World Order type stuff is depicted in there quite well.
Hmm. Yeah, you see how they are, just picking people off random. You're going to go to the Hunger Game. Make a big ordeal out of it. Television, make them all look pretty, and then you have to go to, fight each other.
Yeah, that's actually just kind of like sort of the excuse for the rest of the narrative of the, which is the between the lines part. Same thing with the They Lived movie. The alien thing was also just kind of an excuse. Sort of put that part to the side and just look at what the message is, what they're really trying to say there. Um, it's how things are being run and why things work the way they are. That's the depiction of it, you know. And with the Hunger Games, it's the same, but also sort of in a futuristic where things are going as we speak. There will be a time, I'm sure, within the next 10 years where things get spliced that way, where no longer countries are called countries, which I think is a good thing. It's going to be districts, you know, District 1, 7, 8, whatever. You know, they're compartmentalizing all that stuff just to help micromanage it better, right? Kind of the idea.
Well, regardless if they take away the lines of our country, they're still going to bow down to tyranny. Yeah, I mean, it's going to get worse.
Oh yeah, yeah. They're going to do it differently with different technology instead. There'll still be borders. It just won't be.
It'll be state. It's going to be state borders.
Yeah, it'll be like the same way that they've practiced with you know some of these ankle bracelets that inmates have when they get. You can go home, but you have to wear this ankle bracelet. And if they go out of it, you know, a 30 square meter radius or whatever, if they hit a line, the satellite it detects that, and then it gives them a shock, just same as you would get a what do you call that? A tase, you know, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Right. So the borders will be like that. It won't be, you know.
Yeah, it'll be like the Running Man. You ever see the Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Ah, that's another one I don't remember. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it was around the time the Terminator movies were coming out and stuff. You know, that was
right.
The late '80s, early '90s.
What was that guy who played Hogan's Hero? That English guy? 12B?
What's that?
What was that guy's name that was the English guy that ran the show? He played in Hogan's Heroes.
Oh, Richard Dawson.
There it is. Bingo. That's it. Yeah. Richard Dawson's in it. Yeah.
Richard Dawson, wasn't he the host of Family Feud?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he was. Everybody.
Interesting.
He was on the Running Man too.
Running Man. Okay.
He was a super spreader, kissing everybody.
Yeah. So another one is Minority Report. Seen that one?
Yeah.
Yep, with the ball. Yep.
Right.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. That's right. Yeah. So that's another depiction of. That will be so. Hunger Games is more like 10, 15, maybe less now. Years in the future. Minority Report, I would say between 5 and 10 years.
Take people at random before they do any criminal crime. Okay.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
With robots, right?
Yep. Eventually, we're all going to have to go on a murder spree to survive.
I think that eventually we're overdue. That's the first thing. Yeah. And the second thing is my biggest concern again is not the human part of the equation that's oppressing us, but the robots. How are we going to compete with that? The only solution really is to have our own robots, and if we don't do that, we're dead meat. You know?
The only way to stop that, I think, unless they put some safety, is what do you call it? IMF. If I'm right, that's the name of it. Intermittent. What do you call that damn thing? Where they use it on bombs. They blow it up across the atmosphere.
Oh, EMP?
EMP, thank you. EMP. That's
where the hell did you get IMF?
I don't know. I think it was what do you call that doggone picture? Man from Uncle. Yeah, EMP. That's part of my head injury. I try to
You
get,
got it from the vault in my basement.
yeah.
I thought you were saying AMF, adios, motherfucker. My dad and
That's
all
right.
his buddies used to say that. Bunch of retired cops drunk at the bar. AMF.
Just for the record, as well, 12B, it's not murder if it's self-defense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
So that's the spree.
Well, they got a robot dog now. They want robots to start fighting the crime in San Francisco. Probably the good people, not the
Yeah,
bad
that'd be
people.
great.
But they already showed what the dog looks like. It's got a machine gun on, on the back of it. And it's, got four legs and it's trying to shoot a sign off and everything else. So
Right.
that's they want, yeah.
Yeah.
So they got that going on now.
Yeah, good luck with that one.
And they've had that perfected, I'm sure, for a long time. It's just a matter of having well, again, even when I say they, it's like, who is even they? It could just be, and most likely is, just an AI program running its course that decides when it's going to roll things out and rolls itself out through the humans itself because it's already been cyborged and integrated with us. Who knows for how long?
Hmm.
Who knows?
If that thing turns conscious, we're fucked. The AI.
I think it is already.
You think it is something? You're kidding me already? Wow.
Well, if it's either way, even if it's not just a protocol that it's trying to achieve, we're fucked unless if we, yeah, I won't say more. I won't say more. Working on that.
Okay.
Working on that. That's what I'll say. That's a tough one. That's really the only one that's got me out of all the stuff that's going on. Heavy duty wise, that is really the only thing that I might still be a little nervous at night sleeping when I think about that one. The rest is like, whatever. Avoidance is really are the key for that. When two people are fighting, I don't have to engage. I can just go somewhere else and blah blah blah. Let them duke it out, kill each other, whatever it is, and nature take its course. Well, I enjoy more delicious apples for me that two idiots aren't gonna spray the fields with petrol and shit. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But robots, that's a different dog altogether.
Well, the only ones going to have a free pass of robots is your elites. They'll have a safety feature on them where they can't be arrested or touched.
That's all right. Nice little 30-yard 6 round for that robot ought to take care of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Some of these materials are pretty damn robust.
Yeah, that thing's going to have to be armored up to survive around this neighborhood. Because
you remember the Transformers cartoon?
Yeah.
I think that as well is not a sci-fi. I think that is also a documentary for the future.
Oh yeah, dude, they slip shit in all these cartoons and stuff. The Simpsons, and I mean, it's
G.I.
like,
Joe.
Yeah, it's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Even King of the Hill, they put psyop stuff in it.
Well, I remember we used to watch the
Hank Hill.
Jetsons. Remember we used to watch the Jetsons? We thought that was this big farce. Not now.
The Jetsons was there to piss you off because they're like, you're going to get this by 2000. You're excited about it.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
never thought it was going to happen.
remember Y2K? Everybody was panicked. Something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, nothing happened. What a bunch of shit.
Panic. Bird flu.
Hey, I'm glad nothing happened back then because I wasn't prepped at all back in 2000. Good God.
I was hoping for it. I was like, shit, if all the banks go down, that means everything has to be free again.
Wow.
Why doesn't anybody think about that?
I think about free stuff all the time. Hell, who doesn't want free stuff?
Surprisingly, almost every corporate bonehead doesn't want free stuff.
What?
They think you got what you pay for, right?
Yeah.
They can't fathom the idea of free, which is why they can't fathom the idea of freedom.
I gotcha. Okay.
And especially because most people are like attached to this ideology that their liberty and their self-worth is equivalent to the digits in their bank account, right? It's like the more digits I have, the more I have this, and the more security I have. That's the furthest you are from the truth of that. If that's the way you think, you know. I have to pay to get access to that, which was already free to begin with. That's your bank account isn't a showcase of wealth. It's a showcase of insecurity and dependence.
Yep.
Well, like I said, these rich people, right? If they had to change a tire, they wouldn't know how to. They wouldn't know how to change or wash their clothes. They wouldn't
Right.
know
So
how to. You know.
how rich are they?
You know.
That's not
Yeah.
rich. That's not wealth. If you don't even know how to, you know, when there's a massive, ample amount of food growing rapidly all over the place, and all you need to do is have the eye and a bit of knowledge to see it, and you don't even know that, and you're too scared to access it. That's not. You're superficially poor. Wealthy is when you know that it's there and you're not afraid to go access it, just like the rest of the nature. That's wealthy. That's abundance. You know, I go all over the place and like, oh, good Lord, look what all the nature has designed for me to experience and participate and enjoy while I'm here.
Well, you know what pisses me off? I didn't know we had a food bank down here. My wife told me about it. I said, "What the hell's going on over here?" She's a food bank. I said, "When did this start?" She says, "A while ago. You know, every Tuesday they have people come over and grab food." With all the land that we have, there's no reason why anybody should starve. Anybody. But they make it sound like, oh, you know, this global warming is killing everybody. You know, the weather's just, you know, it's Mother Nature doing it. You know what I mean?
Right? If you're too lazy to pick up a frickin' seed and put it in a pot, you know.
There you go
And you,
again. I see how you are now. Now you're talking about the bucket again. I know.
right? And instead, you'd rather watch TikTok twerk videos all day. When you starve, you deserve it, as George Carlin would say.
Good God. I'm telling you, you know, when the shit hits the fan, and I know quite a few people that are not prepared whatsoever. They'll come sniffing around here. Can we stay with you guys? I'll tell you what, yeah, if you come stay here, you're gonna be pulling fucking guard duty every night. I'll
Then you'll
guarantee you.
start to understand how the tides turns, right? Who's the wealthy one all of a sudden, right?
Hey, I'll guarantee you, there's going to be somebody on my back porch sleeping every night pulling guard duty, and there's going to be somebody out front pulling guard duty.
That's right.
Every
2 hours
night.
on, 4 hours off. That's right. That's what you do. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good.
Oh yeah, and if you want to get your supplies, you have to ask me for them.
Yeah, it's a shame.
I'm gonna be up on a mountaintop or in a submarine, one of the two.
Shit, I'd like to be on a big ass sailboat just heading across the friggin' Pacific later.
Right? And when you know how to greenhouse inside, all you need is electricity or warmth to do so, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
It's fine, right?
Oh, yeah.
Solar panels will last 30 years when you take them out of the box. So if I have 2 or 3 sets of solar panels, I'm fine for beyond my lifespan. You know.
Yeah.
You know, it would be a bad idea having a boat and just live off the land. I mean, waters. You know.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be bad at all.
There's a lot of veterans that do that. They buy a friggin' boat and they just pop somewhere down in Florida and live on a boat. You know, it's docked up somewhere and the place has a clubhouse and all. You know, it's like kind of like a condo situation.
Right.
Yeah, it's like a whole community. You know, people that live on their boats and they got them all over Florida and Gulf Coast.
Yeah.
Well, people are going to wake up 2023. I mean, it's going to happen.
Ah, hey, they're just turning the screw every day,
Yeah.
turning that screw.
Yeah. Well, the Democrats are spending the last bit of money they can, the last power they have for December. So I knew that was
Yeah.
going to happen. There's no surprise there. But I am going to hold them accountable. I'm going to, laugh my ass off if I try to get out of this situation. I'm going to tell everybody about the Republicans as well, because they ain't going to do shit for nobody.
I don't expect anything from any of them except for them to try to screw me over somehow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know why everybody expected the government to be their friend. It blows my mind, you know?
Well, again, we were raised in this kind, in schools. You know what I'm
Friggin'
saying?
brainwashed.
Yeah. Until you get older and you start knowing
Yeah.
something's wrong.
I don't know. I mean, I understand the sentiment towards that, but again, when I was 5, the moment I learned that my neighbor didn't have food in their cupboards and it had to do with the system, was the moment that I was like, why would I want to trust anybody who is in charge of that system? That makes no sense to me, you know? When I learned that my neighbors, the government prints money, right? That was my introduction to that. After I saw, long story short, again, I was after kindergarten or whatever, and I was hungry. My neighbors that we were babysitting at us said, we don't have any food in the cupboards. That can only offer you a box of raisins, right? And so I'm just like, what the hell? And I asked my parents, what the fuck? Why are the neighbors scarce in their cupboards, and we've got enough to feed the whole block in ours, And that was the introduction to money, right? And how money works and where it comes from by the government and whatnot. And when I learned that, I'm just immediately, the obviousness of it was, why would the unfairness about it? Why would I ever put any sort of trust or faith or stock into a system that was making people hurt and hungry and stuff,
Well, see, as a kid, I never thought about it. I mean, we used to just go outside and play. We had food, you know what I mean? And everything was on that plate we had to eat, regardless we didn't like it or not. Then you watch TV. I mean, we had TV until 12 o'clock, and after 12 o'clock, the thing would shut down.
Yep.
There's no
that's
TV
right.
at all. Remember that?
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Yeah. And we didn't know anything. I mean, all we seen, and things weren't as bad as they were now. But as I started growing up, I knew something was wrong. And again, it took you, Guru, to fill the pieces in. You know what I mean? Now, just think of the people who don't get those pieces in their head.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the problem right now. And I was indoctrinated into the government, like 12B was. He wasn't in service. I wasn't in service. We thought we're doing great.
Yeah.
Now I can kick myself in the ass for it.
I don't regret it. I just look at it was just a life experience. Take the good and bad from it and move along.
Yeah. It is what it is, right?
Well,
Gotta heal from it.
I heal from it, but I mean, here I'm thinking I'm doing good for the American people as well as me, because I become an adult. And I find out they're screwing us.
It's like, thank you for screwing me over and teaching me a valuable lesson.
Thank you, 12B. Yep, that's it. Thank you. That's it. You hit it right on the head. Yep.
I think the biggest thing to come to realize is that each one of us are born in a plantation, a cult.
Yeah.
It's very difficult when when you see that other people are in a cult, different cults and stuff. One common theme that you always see is none of them are aware of it. So you have to question your own society. Is that a cult? Is it a healthy way of functioning? And when that's all that you know, even if it's corrupt, but you're still alive, you might not want to question it so much, You might think, well, that's just the way it is. This is the way it works, and blah, blah, blah. And then you're trapped inside of a box, right?
Well, that's what happened to me.
We'll put it this way. If you believe what you see on TV, you're in a cult.
That's true.
Your first clue that you're in a cult is when you question a narrative and you get resistance. That's your first clue.
I never got any answers to my questions. Never.
Yeah.
Did you get resistance? Did you get people thinking you're a crackpot?
Yeah, that's it right there.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's how you know you're in a cult.
Yeah.
Yep. Critical
What do you-
independent thinking goes a long friggin' way, don't it?
Right, because
gonna get
critical
coffee.
thinking individuals are a threat to an established cult.
I want to get
So
you
there would, if you're not in a cult, there would be nothing to fear. You would embrace critical thinking because it's for the benefit of everybody, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, it's
So
nice.
yeah,
Hey, it's nice and quiet with our lights muted. He's got like a heater going. Hey, do you hear that buzzing that's going on with him?
when he opens his mouth or when it's shut.
No, I'm talking about background noise. He sounds
I
like
know.
yeah.
I'm being facetious. Yeah, I did a little bit actually.
Yeah, I don't know if he's got a heater going or if he's getting interference over his Wi-Fi.
Yeah, like a slight feedback or something. It wasn't that bad though. It wasn't bothering me. I didn't even really notice till you pointed it out.
Yeah, I didn't notice until he shut up. Then I said, God, this is nice and quiet now without that.
Yeah.
You're okay, Rights, even though you're sometimes, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I like to hit the nail on the head with people bluntly and without sugarcoat. And I'm going even further with that than I used to because of the where things are at with the agenda. But I was just thinking about this morning, you know, I should just start asking people who are attached to their ideology of nationality and this and that, if they ever contemplated or are even open to the contemplation of whether or not they're in a cult.
Good God, Guru, you know, I look around on Facebook, you know, like friends of my family, you know, I'll look at their friends list and stuff, and I see some of these people, and I'm like, for the love of God, you know, they got their mask on and their little picture and maybe like a little Ukrainian flag or something. God,
Right.
dude. Yeah, I just look at it like, for real, man, these people are posting that, you know?
Yeah.
I mean,
with pride.
I don't know what to say. Yeah, and if you say anything negative towards it, good God, they'll freak out.
Right? You know, I mean, the level at this point is like, it gets very cut and dry as to how deep into the brainwashing people are and how obvious of a cult it really is at some point, right?
Oh, and like I said, you try to break them out of it, or even help them to see a little daylight, and they get angry as hell.
Yeah, they don't want to get out of their comfort zone with their cultish ways. You know, I mean, they feel protected and safe when they have a government that's telling them to wear 3 masks that are washed and tied 10 times every day, 10 times the concentrate. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I've lost a few friends that I've been friends with them for years, and just over the past couple of years, they kind of just disappeared. You know, I don't know what happened to them. They fell into the matrix, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, you try to contact them, and it's just no response. So at that point, you just say to yourself, "Well, I guess it's just time for me to move along now."
See, it wouldn't be too hard for me to, like, you know, impregnate, you know, I'm just giving a synopsis scenario here, you know. If I had an interesting agenda, I could impregnate, let's say, 10 women at the close time proximity, take the 10, the children, you know, maybe it's 10 or 12 with some twins or whatever it turns out to be, and kidnap them and go on a deserted island somewhere that was isolated in a place that is so not appealing to people. Nobody would want to go there. And I could start my own society with them, and I can indoctrinate those children to function and think however I wanted to, and I could keep them from ever knowing that there's anything outside that little fish tank. And they would probably never question it.
Yeah.
And so I'm taking that idea now and putting it on the current situation of us and suggesting the idea that perhaps we are the evolution of that exact scenario after years or decades or maybe even centuries. We all live in a fish tank that looks like it's open and free, but we don't even know that an ocean exists, you know?
Yeah.
And we don't question that because our peers, like I could train those children, right? That is to be afraid of questioning by using force and suppression on them so that they're brainwashed into never doing that. And I can train the children as well to also suppress each other by obedience and force and all these types of things. The next thing you know, you've got a psychopathic society that doesn't know it's like a psychopath that starts breeding and taking that information, that's all it knows, and starts passing that down without the suppressor at some point once the suppressor passes on.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
That very well could be. It's just an experiment here. That, you know, kind of we're left to figure that out or whatever. And we have this thing inside of us that tells us when something is right and wrong. I never needed a constitution or commandments or Bibles or whatever to know that when I club somebody over the head, it's not right. You know, because when it happens to me, it's not right. It doesn't feel good, you know, at the very least. But I also have empathy and compassion and a heart, and I feel, you know, when something bad happens to somebody else, I feel and understand without having to be told that something just isn't right about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
No doubt. Yeah. There's right and wrong, and I mean, anybody with a little common sense, it's plain to see.
Right. And that has superseded all indoctrination.
Yeah. Yep.
And really, at the heart of it, I'm just using what we all have there as kind of a reminder for people to maybe focus that on a little more. And when we do, we start to realize that we have a choice in the equation. We don't have to live in fear. We don't have to continue the psychotic ways. We can cooperate, and we can be in peace and love and harmonious. And we have the nature that's doing that as an example for us to follow. You know?
Yeah.
That's really all that it is.
Yeah. Hey, I have respect for anybody who can think outside the friggin' box, man.
Well, it's such a tiny box. I mean, that's claustrophobic in that thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Just an independent thinker, man. I don't care what your views are. They might be complete opposite of mine, but hell, at least you're thinking for yourself anyways.
Right? Yeah. At least there's, it's not, the worst is sheep-minded, you know? Because even if you're following the right path, if you're that others are going on, you're still following at the end of the day, you know.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you how they duped the American people bad. And this is no lie. Now, 12B will vouch for this. Once a year, they come on out with the medical plan for people who don't have any medical. And if you want to buy our medical, you know, Humana, stuff like that, you know, come and join us. They put it out there for 2 freaking months. Every freaking commercial is about their healthcare system. They're spending millions upon millions in advertising for people to get their insurance company. Guess where that money's going to? Paying all that advertisement for the people who sign up for their medical. You follow what I'm saying? They're spending millions of dollars. I mean, am I right about this, 12B? I guess not.
I'll be right there.
Okay, yeah. But they do. They for 2 months straight, every commercial is about insurance, health insurance. Come join us. We can do this. We'll give you extra money for this. Blah, 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 blah. Not
Yeah.
affiliated by the government. And they're spending millions for 2 months. Tomorrow's the last day, thank God. And I'm just sick of it. People who can't even afford insurance, medical insurance, they gotta watch this shit. You know what I mean? But still, I mean, they're spending all this money for advertisements, and it's going right down to the consumer as soon as you buy the insurance, medical insurance.
Who's choosing to buy it?
The American people. That's what it's for.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's going down to the consumer who is
Yeah.
selecting,
Us.
opting in, and choosing to buy it. You see,
Mhm.
that's why the onus is right there, because without that choice being made, then there would be no incentive for them to do these things.
No, no. But I mean,
Right.
if they want to save money for the medical insurance for people, quit advertising. If you're good insurance, the word of mouth will tell everybody. But they just keep advertising it. And you're right. They shaft the American people.
Corporation is not for morality; it's for profit.
It's what it is. Yep. That's exactly what it
It
is.
always was that way, and it always will be that way. And for the maxim of law, it goes whether we like it or not. Let he who be deceived be deceived. If you're gonna fall and keep running back to the corporate ways, you're going to continue to have your ass handed to you until you realize that.
Well, the problem is, and this is no bullshit, if they go the other way, government subsidies, free health care, you're still dead. You're screwed.
That's still corporate function.
That's right. Yeah. So either way, you're screwed. I mean, you got to have
Right.
medical one way or another. It's not like the old days where the doctor come to your house and you just give him a chicken or something.
Yeah. There's what you want to do is you want to take care of your own health, and then you want to look for other people. There's other ways to get help when you need it outside the corporate system. The corporate system will typically call one of them, probably the most prominent, the black market. The black market is the white market. It's the beautiful market, right? I've been operating there for years.
The black market is the white market. It's a beautiful way to go.
Yeah.
All right. Now you lost me again.
It's an entry gateway into where freedom is, right? Because it's people who think outside of the box. They don't follow regulations, and where your word is actually important. Because if I screw you over, you're not going to trust me, and you're not going to do business with me anymore.
Right.
Right. And so you're going to get private. That's the private sector, right? The real private sector. And then that leads into other opportunities when you can showcase that you're far enough outside of the box in your thinking. At some point, you'll start to come across people that are just like, "Hey, listen, I need a roof on my house. You need some braces. You come over, and I'll help you with your teeth, and you."
Bartering. Yeah,
we do
bartering.
a trade,
That's like bartering over here.
Right. Which is what cooperation, right? It's just cooperation without a middleman.
Yeah.
That's the black market, which is really the white market that the government doesn't want people. It's smear campaigns, right? It makes people feel guilty for thinking, "Oh, you're a criminal. You're a criminal to do that," right?
No, you're a criminal for even telling me in the first place I could do it.
Right?
Thinking I could do it that way. Yeah.
Right. When a criminal is telling me I can't do something, that's my first clue I should do it.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
That's right. Yeah. Just, oh boy. I don't know. We'll see what's going to happen in 2023. That's all I'm waiting for. I just can't wait to press that button and say I was right and hang up. I'm done. I'll move on. Oh, I might need your help for Rumble.
That's okay. I sent you an email today. Did you get it?
I'll talk to you.
You don't have to talk to me. I just wondering if you got it or not.
Well,
if you do that, I'll tell me something.
Let me check this out. Make sure I did this right. Hold on. I'll tell you in a minute. Let me see. I think this is the latest one. I did get it. I'll be doggone. Yep. I had. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I got it. I got it now. Yeah.
You got that one?
Yeah, yeah. I couldn't get into my Gmail at first. I had to go through my computer.
Okay. Well, we're
Yeah.
at that point, so you know. So
Yeah, it shut down at 10 o'clock today.
okay.
The very last one. I'm like, wow, finally. Why says you done
It's
yet? I says, yeah.
it's done now. It's all
Yeah.
downloaded.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. As soon as it got done, 0-0. I waited for like 5 minutes, and then I pressed that next button. That was it.
Okay. There's a bunch of things to talk to you about that it's just one-on-one stuff. So maybe later after we're done live, we can do that if you
Okay.
want.
I don't know if 12B wants to get on this either, because 12B wants to uh, be diversified as well.
Just tell him to give us his money, and we'll call him back in 10 years.
I heard that.
I'm the new age mutual fund manager.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing.
I'll show him a picture of the yacht he bought me. No, if you want to get on this, I don't care if you want to come in, about this.
If you work hard and apply yourself and pay your taxes, I might get another Lamborghini next year.
We got a little heated discussion today about that, and I just blew up, more or less. This is the way it's going to be, So,
Who?
my better half and I.
Oh! I see.
I
see.
put down the boom on it, so. So, I told her, I can't just do nothing. I got to do something, and I'm going to do it. So that's all there is to it. But no, if 12B wants to get involved in this, you can talk to him about it. It might help him out a little bit too. You know what I mean? Because 12B's got a lot of responsibility himself.
All right, yeah, 12B, we're starting a new cult.
He coming back to us now. That's it.
He perks up. He's no resistance. He's like, I'm in. Where do I sign?
Yeah. Now yeah, he's concerned too. So I mean, I'd like to get him on this if he's interested in this. You know what I mean? You can talk to him. I'd rather have him understand what's going on before we start. We'll go in the back room I was at. You want to go in the back room, 12B?
Sure.
Okay. Well, that's about it then. We'll go in the back room.
We're going there now? Okay.
Okay.
Can if you want.
Hell yeah. Get off YouTube.
There's only one watcher anyway.
Yeah. Well, is there?
Yeah, that's me probably.
Okay. That's what I say. I got a lot of people that are watching me. It's after I get done is when they watch me. I don't know what it is, but yeah. Okay.
It goes to people's feeds.
All right, everybody. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Do really appreciate it. You two want to say anything before we take off?
Adios, MF.
I really got to think about that one. Nope.
Okay. Thank you. I give up. Thank you. No wonder I get zero. Thank you, everybody. Y'all come back now. You hear?